everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're looking at the Avalanche. So, the Avalanche is a kind of polar tank or version of a polar tank. So, the Avalanche was first released in the United States in 1990, and it included the driver cold front. The Avalanche was unfortunately discontinued in 1991. So this is a shorter run. Uh, we are just now starting the 1990 series vehicles. This is Series 9 for the G I Joe releases here. Um, the snow, the Avalanche snow tank should not be confused with the 1987 action figure by the same name. So we do have a version 1 look at Cold Front, who was released exclusively with the Avalanche Arctic Tank slash hovercraft. And looking here on yojo.com, we do have the wonderful views. Really looking at this looks like we have taken the Mobat tank as the basis for this, and we have retrofitted it for the purpose of making it a really a Arctic vehicle for whatever Arctic force that GI Joe is going to have here. And that's the way I'm really presenting it to you today. And we are kind of going from there. So, getting all the wonderful views so we can see everything here. Now, because we have the hovercraft, we don't have a turret up here, but we do have a mine layer on the side. And we also have a fixed cannon off on the other side. But looking at this, I think I'm missing. Actually, no, that's going to be like a sensor probe or whatever for all the Arctic stuff. So I think we just have the three weapons here, and then we have a harness or such, a clamp to try and hold our uh, scout vehicle on there. Now, I did take a little liberty with the scout vehicle. I did add uh, kind of like a light blaster. Otherwise, all it's got is just the missiles on here. So I added some light blaster cannons on there, giving it a little extra versatility. So beyond that, I left everything else as close as what I can see that it's got. So we can kind of go from there as we finish up all of our views. Okay, so unfortunately, the easily broken and or lost pieces, we have the missiles and the mines that are regrettably lost fairly easily in the kids' rough and tumble play. We do see that this was shown in the DLC or the DIC, although it's way out of its element because we have it in a desert terrain, which I guess would work, but if it's really more of an Arctic vehicle, you would think that you would be more set for winter instead of a desert. So we'll just kind of take it from what it is. And of course, then we have our commercial here. Let's see. There's no known variations of this, so this is the only time that it was used for this mold. And at the time of release, it originally cost $18.99, which, I hate to say it, the prices have started to jump up here a little bit. So it is a little bit bigger vehicle, but we've seen other vehicles about the same size going for a little less. So I think we start seeing a price crunch, saying that they need to make a little bit extra off of the vehicles, or they weren't making enough, or whatever. That does seem like it's jumped up a little bit. So it is what it is. All right, let's get on over to our stats. Okay, so we have the Avalanche. Now I kept this at Walker scale, really kind of basing this off of, like I said, the Mobat for the base vehicle here. So we do only have a crew of one for the tracked portion itself. I did keep the cargo capacity of 100 kilograms. It's got a full coverage, ground altitude, maneuverability is only the 1D. I left the movement the same as the Mobat, so this is 44 miles per hour, a body strength of 6D. Now, this is where things start changing. So instead of having the main cannon, we only have the blaster cannon here. This is at 4D damage. I believe we were doing, 6D before. This is still at Walker scale. We have a fire control of 3D. I'm taking for granted that we're going to move a little bit more electronics inside, and with our extra laser aiming guide here on the cannon, that might be aiding us in trying to get our uh, better fire control here. Okay, and then we also have 8 missiles, 4 on each side. These are going to be at speeder scale. Fire control is going to be 3D plus 1, and damage is going to be 7D per missile. This is now that more standard damage rating for our missiles and everything. I'm just changing the scale for what we have. The mines, now I gave it 8 mines in here. I figured that we might be carrying 8 mines. And they're going to be at speeder scale. Fire control is 1D plus 1, and they're going to do 9D damage per mine. So these are going to be significant, and they're fairly good size. But the range, we're only going out to 80 meters for short range, 200 for long or medium range, and 500 for long range. I'm being generous at this, seeing that we have a fairly decent launcher, and I'm just going to take into a aspect that they're probably electronically armed. Let's just say it in that regard. Kind of like more of a smart mind or something that we can throw it out there, and once it's landed, then it arms. I would hate to think that we're going to have something that's slinging a mine out and it's already armed, and as it hits, it could potentially go off. I think that would really be a big mess. I did not see anything on here for extra people to be riding on here or anything else. That's why I did leave it at 0 passengers. And then we get to our Avalanche Scout. So that's kind of how I'm labeling it. So this is our little flyer. This is at speeder scale, roughly about 15 feet ish. Crew of 1, 0 passengers. I did give it a 45 kilogram cargo capacity. Of course, it's going to be full coverage. I have the range of about 10,000 feet. Now, I don't know if this is going to be way too much. Um, I really just don't know. I don't know how high we want to make this go. I know that it said it's more of a hovercraft, but they do kind of show this flying. So between we'll say like a repulsor lift technology, and that, I don't know where we really want to put this. I figured 10,000 feet is going to be plenty on here. Um, the other side of this coin is, remember, this is the D6 um, system here. So if I was going to take and put this into like Star Wars as a force vehicle or whatever, with the repulsor lift, we have the lats in all those in Star Wars that we may be able to go up that high. Something like that might be incorporated into here. Not being 100% certain. Okay. So just taking a little liberty on here. Now this is going to be roughly about 3,000 meters. So anyone that's doing the metric and all that, and if I'm off on my measurement here, please feel free to laugh at me on it because I'm kind of hashing this out a little quickly. Maneuverability is 1D plus 2. We don't have a lot of fin area here, but there again, with the repulsor lift, I don't know how well that's going to work out. Just being honest. We have a speed of 120 miles per hour. Body strength is only 2D at speeder scale. So I kept it at our standard here. It's not heavily armed or armored or anything. It's just kind of a rough standard. Now, I did put the twin laser cannon on here, so I figured it's going to have maybe twin laser cannon on the front. Fire control is a 2D. It's only a 4D damage at speeder scale. As an anti-personnel, I think it would be a little bit better, but then you're going to lose your fire control bonus really at that. So take it for what it is. Like I said, I threw that in there as an extra kind of, we can do a little bit more with it. It gives a little bit more versatility. And we do have two anti-vehicle missiles, same missiles as what we have on our Avalanche. There's at speeder scale, fire control is 1D on this because I don't think we're going to have all the extra electronics on here. So it's all the same range, same damage at 7D per missile. I think that gives it a good encompassing vision of this. Now, like I said before, to me, this is going to be something we're going to have for an Arctic force, uh, and we'll just kind of use it in that regard. Uh, However, you want to man that force, whoever you think should be in that force, I leave that up to whoever is running your game or whatever, or whoever you just prefer if you're just looking at it in that regard. Uh, Everyone's going to have their own list of characters that they would love to have in their own dream team. And that's really the way to look at this. So that's really what we have here today. Um, Let me know if you don't agree. I'm always happy to talk to anybody that sends me a message and saying, hey, I think it should be this or that. You know, as I come up with this stuff, I try to look through the design flow of what it looks like it's coming from or what it may be going for, the things that we're looking at. You know, I don't always get it right. I think I get pretty close to it. I haven't gotten very many comments. Otherwise, I do I do see people saying they don't like it. Shoot me a little comment. Let me know. It's fine. If it doesn't work for you, change it and make it work for you. That's all I ask. This is all for fun. That's what all of these videos are for. We're having fun. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.